I told Richie quite a couple weeks ago that we had to do the 284, is it, the 284 highway contract agreement, so I told him it can be changed. He just was nervous, he didn't have a form. I said, we don't need a form, we just have to get something.
He just has to tell us what road
right.
he's gonna do.
Well, I have planned on fixing 2 sections of the Atlanta Back Road this year with CHIP money. I'm also looking into repairing the top of Stanton Road. I would like to remove trees and remove soil in order to create a ditch to divert the water and allow the road to drain properly.
What's he got for a cost of that?
He doesn't have a cost because he has no clue. We got 76,000 something odd amount of CHIPS
Of
money.
CHIPS?
This month.
Oh, this month.
This month.
All right, we
Yeah, but-
got it.
We got it. We
So
have,
it's a
it's in the
quarterly-
bank, yes.
Quarterly payment.
Mhm.
What's, okay. Phew.
But,
Yeah, but still on that form, he needs
He needs-
some sort of a price on
He should have had that, to ask for the CHIPS money, he should have had that
it. Right, exactly.
done.
well, that's probably why he's worried about not getting any more CHIPS money.
But you get CHIPS 4 times a year, right? Quarterly,
Yeah, quarterly.
Quarterly?
I'm sure.
You have to have it to apply for the CHIPS, what roads you're gonna do. And usually on the 284, it's broke down into 2 things. Like, for example, oil and stone would be CHIPS money, that would be permanent, as compared to if you're gonna gravel a road, which would come out of just your general highway fund.
And we also found out, I think last year, that we could use it for employees, wages
CHIPS you can?
For
That's
the
what-
work that you're doing?
equipment.
and equipment. That's what, we just found that out. We didn't think we could, but then,
Oh, you can use CHIPS for a lot of other, I mean, you know, purchasing equipment, additions on the highway barn, you can use it for, there's a whole slew of things you can use it for.
and you gotta figure this every 10 years, right? Something about fixing a road every 10
Well, it
years.
used to be oil and stone. The state said you can only use the CHIPS on oil and stone. It was 10 years, and they found out it wasn't lasting 10 years. And then I think they went to 7. Now I believe it's 5 years for the oil and
I
stone.
didn't realize that.
Well, he wants to rip up and rent the piece of equipment to actually repave, or what, I mean, I don't understand any of this stuff, so I'm probably explaining it incorrectly. But sort of, I think what you see them doing with that machine
They
that.
mill the back.
Yeah,
road.
right,
Yeah.
milling, yeah, he said that,
So-
because he said it's so bad there.
Yeah.
But isn't the town notified how much it's gonna get altogether out of?
Yeah, generally they'll tell you how much you're going to get, yeah. And then it comes, like you said, it comes in increments. They don't give you a one check for 125,000. It's,
So,
But
and
he keeps
usually the
asking-
highway will send in I don't know if you wanna call it a voucher, but they will send in and say, we've gotten this done, and then they
Right,
give you
yeah.
the allotted portion,
Right,
so.
have we ever done that? I don't remember doing that.
yeah,
part.
we had to do that,
Okay. And he has gotta
he
have all
did
his
that, yeah.
backup documentation, I would assume, to send into the state as proof, right? They just
Yeah.
don't say,
Usually,
yeah.
The 284, I think, just goes to the county, I believe.
Yeah,
so he's gotta give us money figures
there
for
should be a
this stuff.
figure on there.
Oh, yeah, and we put that up on the web, the 284 agreement, so the taxpayers know what he's gonna do. I remember doing that.
Usually it'll say oil and stone, Jones Road, .6 miles, $30,000.
So is there a form, or can he?
Yes,
He
there is a
just-
form.
There is a form?
I just saw him.
It's
type
Yeah,
for
I
it up.
thought-
highway monies, and then that's
Yeah.
like, he fills it all in.
Yeah.
Okay, cause he said he didn't have a form, and he was
Yeah,
in
there
a
is a
panic,
form.
and I said, well, don't we have to have it in this month? Or it has to be in our
Yes,
minutes or something?
we've always been after him to do it.
Yeah.
I remember having to remind him.
You know, it's supposed to be done at budget time.
But they don't know how much money they're gonna get then.
They pretty much know what they're gonna get by then, cause it's in your budget.
I always thought we did it April.
Well, he keeps saying, when do we find out? Cause he keeps asking me, how do I find out how much I'm getting?
Well, usually you wait till what happens a lot of times is the state, you don't find out till the state passes their budget. That's why everything's pushed back, so they, are behind a month or 2 on passing it. But usually that form is standard. They would just leave a blank where you would put .6 miles and the name of the road. So it's like a standard form, and then you just put in there whatever you're gonna do, whether it's gonna be gravel or oil and stone or whatever.
But you're also saying we could do buildings.
Yeah, yeah, you can use it for buildings, you can use it for purchasing equipment.
See, he wants to do a salt
Yeah, so.
building, so that he could have applied that into his chips,
Yeah.
for his chips request.
See, what a lot of the bigger towns do, they get a lot more money that might be getting $200,000 or $300,000 in chips. They will not use it 1 year. They might roll it over, but you can only roll it over 1 year. You have to use that chips from the previous year or you lose it. So the bigger towns, a lot of times they'll roll it over and then go and purchase a $300,000 or $400,000 piece of equipment with the chips, so it doesn't affect the taxpayers at all. Or a lot of times you might take, if you're gonna buy a new truck, you say, okay, we're gonna use 50,000 this year out of chips, 50,000 next year, and then whatever you've got in the maintenance fund. You know, just to ease things up for the taxpayers.
Now, he's been talking about new high band radios, cause the radios he got just work sometimes. Would those be covered on the?
I don't know, I've never heard specifically radios, but you can use it for just about anything in regards to the highway.
You know, county, the fire department, everybody switched to these new high band
Right.
radios.
Which
and-
highway?
Highway what committee?
Okay.
I'm kinda hoping we use ours for roads.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Well, we don't get that much, but if we're not asking for it, right?
Yeah, I was just gonna
Yeah.
ask him if there's a time
Who is
limit,
it?
Well,
but he
that's
answered my
the
question, so that'd be something to keep in mind. If we wanna make a purchase, and if we can roll it over for the following year.
He does know that, because we did roll some over. He wondered about that, so I do know he knows that. But I wonder if he knows how to ask for it, how to request it in the beginning.
No, I think that's probably where he's
Where-
the weakest of.
Well, you could check with other highway superintendents and, but a lot of times what they'll do too is like, you lost my train of thought, what I was gonna say, with that money, just divvying it out on however you want, like for example, if I said 5 years on the oil and stone, you might have a road that's, let's say, a dead end or it's not used very often and it's oiled and stoned. A lot of times you don't have to do it every 5 years, it might go 6 or 7. So it's, you know, you could use that money for other things instead of doing it every 5 years on the schedule. A lot of times they will, and you know, on the other hand, there's roads that get used more, but I think you can only use the chips every 5 years on an oil and stone road. But you can go further than that if it's a road that's not used.
How is it determined how much each town gives, by the road mileage, or?
I think that has a part of it, how many miles are in the town, yeah.
But we have a lot, it's what?
That'd be what, 85 miles?
you know,
So maybe you guys could go see Richie and try to,
Get the 8284 agreement, see what he knows about the chips, and I know they switched it all. Used to be, the county did it, now, isn't it, the highway guys gotta go online and do it themselves.
I think so, yeah.
That's what I understand, and Richie might not be able to do that.
to go online to get the,
To go online and fill out all the forms to get it now, instead of going to the county and they helping them do it, or the state, right?
I think in our town, the supervisor helps the highway do it, just for the computer part of it.
And Tom might be able to help them.
Tom Johnson? Oh, when you said Tom, I was
Yeah.
trying to think of who you were talking about. Well, Brian would probably help him too. 'Cause I know he talks to Brian.
Or Tilges up in Whalen, you know, if he, we need to get a handle on it, we don't wanna be paid more than we should have to.
There's
So
other
he-
programs that
Richie
are-
has to fill his form out before he gets his CHIPS money?
Before he can use it here, he's gotta give the town board his 284.
Yeah, we have to
agreement.
have this 284 agreement. And I don't think we necessarily approve it, I don't know if we.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
do.
do, yeah, approve it.
Okay. But he's gotta have a little more detail and then put in, you know, the money amounts for because I think what he wants to do on Atlantic Back Road is probably a good thing, and I think he thinks it's gonna be pretty, use up a lot of money, but we all use Atlantic Back Road.
Mhm.
And he might know what he asked for, I don't know, I would think he would. I
You would think.
don't know.
I wanna say Fremont last year got, I'm just guessing, I thought it was somewhere in 125,000. I think there's 42.6 miles of road. So if that helps you figure what you guys get.
300,000?
Huh?
300,000?
Some, almost 300,000, wasn't it?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Two
So
some.
that would make sense. You got double the miles.
Projected or
For
got?
chips?
Yeah. Well, we got the
you have it right
76.
here, Judy, we
Huh?
have it, it should be in your supervisor's thing, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Oh.
Judy, did you happen to give me a supervisor's report?
I did, I put it in your
that in
box.
my Okay.
Chips, 83,000 you got right now, the amount you received, so.
She's not
Is it usually a B?
No, B is planning and zoning. It's either
No, I mean
DA,
highway,
DB.
highway, chips is DB, it is a DB. All right, he's got 200,000 there. 200,000. It's on page 11. I think there's
On 13, there's 200 on the DB fund.
Right, and it just seems like that's what it is the DB. I
I
can't
don't see any
remember.
in.
Yeah.
There were a couple other programs. I think one was called Pave New York. I don't know if they still do that where money was available. And there was another one also. I can't remember the name of it though.
I remember the Dave one.
Yeah.
Dave New York.
Yeah, I just read that.
They may have
Yeah,
canceled that one.
AIM or something, and they said that was probably out the window.
Yeah.
And there was chips, I see.
Well, if it's quarterly and we got 76, then would that mean we should be expecting?
In March, you said you got, right here, it says highway DB, you got 83,967. That's what it has right here.
Yeah, I thought the check was for 76, that's what sticks in my mind, but I would have sent it to her.
Okay.
That's what we just got a check.
All right. Well, this
But we
is
didn't get a
March.
check, it was put in the account. It's a transfer.
Now, see if he knows what he's got coming.
He doesn't know, he
He
keeps
doesn't know.
asking me.
Oh, that's right, because they have, yeah, she said it would be after.
When will he know what he's gonna get?
When the budget passed, did they pass it?
Yeah.
State,
Yeah.
so he should be coming.
And I think there's a site there that tells how much money each town is
Does it?
getting. I believe so, yeah.
Okay, let's, finish up the highway, which we don't have to belabor this. We found these masks, which are $2.49 each for a box of 50, or $2.24 each for a box of 1,000 per case. These are able to be laundered up to 75 washes. So they're pretty substantial. and they're all wearing masks and very careful. Some of us are not quite so careful.
Who knows how long this is gonna
Well,
last?
I don't
right?
know, and that's why he
Might as
was
well.
gonna order the
Might as well
50.
get them and all go to waste.
And then he called me and said, well, what, you know, is there that, there's, what, a 25-cent savings to order 1,000?
Tonight's news says it's not gonna go away
Oh, God, don't
anytime
tell me
soon. The mask and the social distancing,
That's gonna be around for a long time.
what they said.
So, he just wanted us to say, should he order 1,000 or should he order a box of 50?
They look pretty rugged.
They look like really nice masks. I mean, I said,
And
if you get
75
1,000, could we all,
75 times to wash them.
that's a lot of.
How hot are they gonna
Mhm.
be for them in the summer?
I don't know.
That was my
You
only
can't.
concern.
Non-medical grade, reusable and launderable, 3-layer fabric mask with elastic ear loop. Outer layer is 100% polyester, lining is non-woven, whatever that means. Inner layer is 100% cotton. Home launder up to 75 washes, 3 masks per person is recommended. 1 wearing, 1 ready to use, and 1 in the laundry. And they're available in black, white, red, or navy. Blue. But at $2.49 or $2.24, that certainly makes more sense than the paper disposable ones, I think, but maybe 50 would be plenty, just in case they are too warm or too,
And a lot of times in the summer, they're gonna be doing their separate thing
yeah, and they,
anyway.
well, yeah, right, exactly. Well, they're not really
And they-
together, I'm sure they're not wearing them when they're driving their trucks or doing the equipment, but.
They've been going by every day, and then once they're in a truck, you don't see it on them. Which you don't
Well,
have to.
Well, you know, if there's only one in the
Yeah.
vehicle.
As long as you can be 6 foot apart, you don't need them either.
Mhm.
Unless you go in a grocery store.
And it's mandatory for those, if it's stored. I'd say, what is there? I think the 50. Unless you gotta provide them for Barry. And Chuck,
Chuck's not wearing them, he can't wear a mask.
He's wearing it today.
No, he pulls his, well, he did have one today
Yeah.
for,
it may be required, he may
Yeah.
not, you know, and so that's what I wonder, how
His
many.
distancing, he has to, there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
well, he told me he wasn't wearing one, so, you know, but, yeah. Well, no, if,
And Barry's
at
gonna-
this price, if Richie buys them, everybody could buy, you know, some from him. That's not really a bad
Right.
idea,
Right.
because I think these are pretty nice looking compared to my homemade one.
And homemade.
That's, 1,000 is
How much was 1,000?
$224 each, so we're talking what, $2,000?
Wow.
1,000 is a lot of masks.
and that's your only option.
They don't have any
50 and
Yeah,
above.
Increments
no, yeah,
between the-
50 or, yeah, because I would say go with 50 and then you can order 50 more if they're,
Yeah.
to save a quarter each, that's a, yeah, that's a lot of money. Yeah, I'll tell them 50. I don't think we have
And
to
they
do a
might want
motion
more
on
than
that.
3, depends on how much they do their laundry.
Then he just called me and then he dropped this off, and it's in the box, but salesman came and gave him a pretty, good deal on, which looks like it's probably a better deal than the laundry that we're doing now. And this company also does the medicine box. And Jan, yes, they do have all kinds of things in their medicine box, which is required by OSHA. For them.
I asked,
Yeah,
should we be buying ibuprofen and aspirin? enough,
Required.
just seemed
Required.
like,
And
It's usually.
Martha, are you aware of us having